Hello there! On this tutorial I will be showing you how you can set up Webpack to work with a server-side framework. I will be assuming you understand the difference between a server-side framework and a client-side framework. If you don't, I will advise you to read about it before continuing with this tutorial. You normally use client-side frameworks to create single-page applications. That means that you must write tons of JavaScript, and there are many dangers and drawbacks in that, which is why so many new JavaScript frameworks and tools have appeared. That helps you write better JavaScript code. Webpack is one of those tools, and while you may have the impression that it's only for single-page applications since it's heavily used by frameworks such as Angular or popular libraries such as React or Vue, the truth is you can also use it for server-side frameworks. But before I continue, let's discuss what is Webpack. You can see here the official concept on the Webpack official page. At its core, Webpack is a static module bundler for modern JavaScript applications. When Webpack processes your application, it internally builds a dependency graph which maps every module your project needs and generates one or more bundles. So what does that mean? Well, in simple terms, it's a build tool that will let you use many modern front-end features. This is also an image from the official Webpack page. In short, Webpack will help you use all sorts of modern JavaScript tools and libraries and compile them to assets that the browser can understand. So, for example, you can write modular JavaScript code using EX6 modules, and Webpack will take care of bundling all of your modules so that the browser will understand it. You can use the latest ECMAScript features and plug in Babel to provide support for older browsers, or even modern browser if you are using ESNext features, which are experimental features that are still not implemented in the browsers but might be in the future. You can also use JSX, which is a special JavaScript syntax that React uses. You can use TypeScript if you want. You can uglify, minify, you can do tree shaking to optimize your code for production. You can use things like hot module reloading to speed up development. You can handle your third-party dependencies using NPM or Yarn, and a lot more. So, why for server-side frameworks? Nowadays, when building a web application, a very common approach is to use your server-side framework to create only a web API that returns only JSON and build your UI with a front-end framework such as Angular that consumes your web API. However, server-side frameworks such as CSP.NET MVC, Laravel, Django, Ruby on Rails, they are very rich in features that goes beyond serving JSON. All of them have a server-side template engine. They have great routing capabilities, middlewares, just to mention a few. I will not go into details of what kind of approach you should use, or like when it's better to use a server-side framework versus a client-side framework. If you are here, I will assume that you are using a server-side framework for whatever reason for more than a web API. And if you are interested in having better JavaScript, because it is very common with this kind of framework that you have a very solid backend code, but it feels as if JavaScript is a second-class citizen and is not as rich and cool as your backend code. My intent with this course is to help you have a really good and modern JavaScript setup on your server-side framework so that you can use modern libraries and tools and you can feel safe and proud about your front-end code and of course optimize it for performance on production. Now, regarding prerequisites, they are very simple. Just have some front-end web development experience for you to know the basics of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Have experience with any server-side framework. It could be MVC, Ruby on Rails, Django, Laravel, Sail.js, whatever. And the last one is actually optional, which is basic knowledge of Node.js using NPM or Yarn. If you don't know this, don't worry, I will explain the basics. This is what we are going to be covering on this course, and in the next video I'm going to begin showing you the demo application and the code, and we are going to actually create a Webpack basic setup. If you're interested, please join me on the next video.